Hey guys, it's Ellaine Marie, and as you probably may or may not know, I always do a different video when my birthday comes. They are normally inspirational or motivational videos, so this year I want to talk about the reality of social media. I'm going to start the video with the quote, "Not everything on the internet is real." Why, you may ask? All of the social media perfect posts have nothing to do with the behind the scenes. Behind every perfect photo, there is always some planning, some makeup, hours of editing, posing, and much more. It is not like click and post like most of us think. That's why we shouldn't compare ourselves with celebrities or influencers. You don't know how many hours they spend on makeup, hair, and clothes. We always see these bloggers and influencers going on vacations, having the best clothes and makeup, and it really gets to us without us even realizing it. We suddenly become unhappy with our own lives, or we want to have everything they have when we never were interested in those things before. We have to keep in mind that everyone posts about the best times, their best sides. That's why everything in social media seems so perfect. Everyone is going through something in their lives, and obviously they are not going to talk about it on the internet. Well, some people do. Those pictures are fragments of your life, carefully selected to make you appear a certain way. You want that persona to be seen a certain way, but they aren't the whole view. Everything we leave out is on purpose. We are only going to show what we want to show. So what do you think about this quote? Let me read it for you. The more perfect you look on social media, the more problems you have behind the scenes. Well, I talked about this with a friend of mine a while ago, and what she told me still goes through my mind. She said that when people post on social media rambling about how good they are, sometimes it's just to cover problems they really have. For instance, a couple that posts a picture saying how much they love each other, but then when you see them in person, it's like they don't know each other. I don't say it happens 100% of the time, but I can assure you some people do that. That's why when you're comparing yourself to someone online, you're just comparing yourself to a fake persona. It's not the real them. As Ellaine said once, comparison is the thief of joy. Instagram is a public portfolio showcasing only everyone's best artistic moments, never reality. Your worst days will never be as good as others' edited picture-perfect Instagram days. Okay, so let's talk about influencers and celebrities again, aka everyone who's promoting an image. We think that just by knowing their status and all we know about them, that they must be happy. But are they really? How do we know basing it only of what we see with what they post? If you think about it nowadays, pictures are not just pictures, but constructions of oneself. None of that is true. Our lives are represented by photos that we share. This is called pretending. We want to look like celebrities, have an amazing life like them, but most celebrities are just as miserable as everyone else. If they are really happy with themselves, they wouldn't spend hours editing pictures or doing makeup and hair, would they? That happens because, as everyone else, they are also looking for validation and happiness, even though they are pretending to have everything under control and their lives seem so perfect. That's what most people don't understand. They don't understand that by thinking they are different, we are making them different. We are idolizing people that are no different than ourselves. Sadly, so many young people are following the celebrities and influencers and thinking that if they were like them, they would be happy. This is wrong. The only thing people get from following and copying them is to open a door for a life full of self-hate and comparison, mental and emotional pain, sometimes even in the form of physical pain like self-harm or eating disorders. The problem is not thinking you don't have enough, but it's true that that's making it worse. If you keep thinking like that, your search for happiness will never end. You're always gonna feel empty if you keep focusing on what you lack. As they say, the ideal of beauty is unreachable. It is designed to be chased our entire lives with more and more beauty products. But don't think this is your fault. This is all because of this industry. For example, the beauty industry is always selling us new and new problems of ourselves. Think about it. Before, there were many people getting their teeth whitened or lip filler, or everyone worrying so much about their eyebrows. It all began when the industry started to bring out products to solve all of those problems. All of this is creating unrealistic beauty standards, but well, that's another topic. Let's go back to social media and all of this. The real danger of social media is not on what we can consume, but on what we can create. Every time you post a photo, you're contributing to the creation of a persona. You're trying to control how strangers perceive your reality, creating a persona. Nothing is wrong creating it, don't get me wrong. All of that is fine. The problem arises when you get attached to that persona. When you look at all the pictures you post and you say, that's me. That's the moment when the persona you created becomes your identity. You lock yourself into that fixed identity that dictates not only what you share, but also how you act. You think you have to be a certain way to be on social media. You sacrifice your own experience and life to promote that identity. You end up doing things just to post on social media. But is it what life is really about? From then, every picture needs to be pretty enough. Every caption needs to be funny enough. You work out, you dress up just because you know you're going to be seen on Instagram. You don't do the things you want to do because you care more on what other people think about you than what you think of yourself. With every single post, you're saying, this is who I am. Judge me. You crave for validation, social approval, and relevance from likes and comments. But the more you care about those likes, the more unhappy you're going to be. Because as someone said, dependence on reactions of others is the road to misery. And that is when you do yourself, because that construct identity is not really who you are. So what can you do about this? First of all, do not hide or avoid the problem. That's not a way to fix it. Do not lock your insecurities inside yourself. Don't pretend they don't exist, because they do. It is all about changing your mind and what you think. You gotta free yourself of this false identification that controls your life. You need to start caring more about the experience and doing the right thing rather than the social validation that comes from it. You need to free yourself of your own expectations and judgments. From this fake world of beauty, idealization, and status, release yourself from all of that. Remove all the bad while still retaining all the good. You have to break free of the desire to be seen and judged in a certain light and start living for ourselves and not for the approval of others. Okay, I know all of this is easier said than done. I'm not saying it will be easy or it will be done in one day. Of course not. It will take time and a lot of effort, and I know it because I'm still on it. A few months ago, I was frustrated about my feed on Instagram because I had a theme on my feed and I had pictures I wanted to upload, but because they didn't fit in the theme, I wasn't uploading them. And that made me feel so bad. I felt restricted, like I had a barrier. But then I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I not posting what I really want to post? Nobody's forcing me to have a theme on my feed, but then I realized it was me. I was forcing myself to have an aesthetic feed or whatever. I did it because I liked seeing those perfect themes with the perfect color palettes on Instagram, and I wanted mine to look like that too. But what was I doing? I was putting so much effort to look a certain way. It was really influencing my behavior. I was only posting pictures I maybe didn't like as much as other ones, but the other ones didn't fit in my theme, so I was just putting them on my story. That was making me feel so unhappy and exhausted. Unhappy because I wasn't posting what I really wanted to post, and exhausted because it was so much effort to edit those pictures, upload them, and then edit them again because they needed to be a little bit more yellow and it was a little bit on the orangey side. Also, there was a moment when I was really into likes. If my picture didn't reach a certain amount of likes, I started thinking, what is wrong with it? But now thinking about it, there was nothing wrong with those pictures. It was just my obsession with the numbers. So yeah, we gotta keep in mind that likes and comments are just a business metric. It's not the measure of our worth. You are not your body, face, or hair. You are not a picture, status, or job, likes or dislikes. Any of that is you, so don't let that control you. You are you. You are enough. Don't search validation in other people. Don't search validation in likes. Live your life first, with the things you want to do first. If you want to take pictures of things, go ahead. But always remember that your character emerges from what you do, not from what you broadcast. Pay attention to what you enjoy doing. Do you still enjoy going somewhere or do something even though no one's going to know you're going to be there or you're going to do that? If the answer is yes, that's great. Life is so much better when you're grateful with what you have and not always wishing you have what other people do have. The purpose of this video is not to criticize, but to make you more aware of the fact that we shouldn't be so quick to put ourselves down because of us comparing ourselves with influencers or celebrities. The grass is always greener on the other side, but I hope one day you can learn to appreciate and love yours. I want to end this video saying that image is powerful, but also image is superficial. Remember that we can enjoy social media, but never let it affect your body image and self-esteem. With all of that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope it helps you in some sort of way, or at least makes you think a little bit about this topic. If you like it, go ahead and give it a like, or not, and comment whatever you want. Have a great day. Bye!